Every year, the world's most powerful leaders gather in Davos, Switzerland, for the World Economic Forum. This small alpine town transforms into the epicenter of global conversation, where the stakes are high and the world is watching. For a few days, Davos becomes a crossroads for decision-makers, visionaries, and critics alike. Presidents, CEOs, and thinkers meet to discuss the future: economics, climate, technology. The air buzzes with anticipation as new alliances are formed, old rivalries resurface, and the fate of entire industries can shift with a single conversation. This year, in January 2026, all eyes were on the US and China, the two giants whose decisions ripple across the globe. Their relationship, often tense and unpredictable, set the tone for the entire summit, as delegates wondered what direction the world's two largest economies would take. The main topic: how to power our planet without wrecking it. Climate change, energy security, and the race for clean technology dominated the agenda, with experts and leaders debating the best path forward. Enter President Donald Trump, known for his bold, unscripted style. His arrival sent a jolt through the conference halls, as everyone braced for what he might say next. When Trump took the stage, everyone expected fireworks, and he delivered. His speeches are never dull, and this time was no exception. The room was electric with anticipation. He zeroed in on China's energy policy, setting the stage for a global debate. Trump's words challenged not just China, but the entire world to rethink its approach to energy. The world's leaders, the two largest economies, and a controversial US president. This was a recipe for headlines. Journalists scrambled to capture every moment, knowing that what happened here could make history. In Davos, a few words can shake markets and shape the future. Investors and policymakers alike watched closely, aware that the stakes extended far beyond the conference walls. Trump's focus? Wind power, and he was about to stir up a storm. His remarks would ignite fierce debate, not just in the room, but around the world. The stakes: not just energy, but global leadership. The outcome of these debates could influence international policy for years to come. The world held its breath, waiting to see what waves would follow. Every statement, every reaction was scrutinized for its potential impact. And with that, the wind debate began, ushering in a new chapter in the global conversation about our planet's future. President Trump took the podium at Davos, the world's economic elite watching closely, expecting the usual blend of bravado and policy. But this time, the conversation took an unexpected turn. Shifting from the global economy to the future of energy, Trump zeroed in on wind power, a topic he's never shied away from criticizing. He's long been skeptical of wind turbines, calling them noisy, ugly, and ineffective. He's painted them as a blight on the landscape, a threat to birds, and a poor substitute for traditional energy sources. This time, he aimed his criticism at China, claiming they make almost all the world's windmills, but don't use them at home. According to Trump, China's factories churn out turbines for export, but their own countryside remains largely untouched by these spinning giants. He suggested China was selling wind turbines globally while avoiding them domestically, a bold accusation that cast doubt on China's green credentials and motives. Trump even called countries buying Chinese windmills stupid, igniting the room with a mix of shock, laughter, and disbelief. The statement was provocative, but it was also calculated to stir debate. In a hall full of diplomats, business leaders, and energy experts, this was a bombshell. The air grew tense as the implications sank in. The implication was clear: China's green energy push was a scam, and the world was falling for it. Trump's words questioned not just technology, but the integrity of an entire nation's environmental promises. Instantly, journalists scrambled to capture every word, cameras flashed, and diplomats texted their capitals. The news cycle exploded, with headlines racing around the globe. Trump's words weren't just about windmills. They questioned China's credibility and the global fight against climate change. The debate now touched on international trust and the future of clean energy. Was China truly committed to clean energy, or just cashing in on the world's demand for renewables? The world was left to wonder if China's green revolution was genuine, or just a clever business strategy. The challenge was direct, the impact immediate. Delegates huddled, analysts debated, and the credibility of China's environmental leadership was suddenly in question. Suddenly, China's role as a green leader was under the microscope. The world demanded answers, and the pressure was on for China to respond. The debate was no longer about turbines. It was about trust, leadership, and the future of energy policy on a global scale. The stakes had never been higher. Trump had thrown down the gauntlet, challenging not just China, but the entire world to rethink its assumptions about clean energy. Now, it was China's move. The world watched, waiting for the next chapter in the storm over windmills. After Trump's speech, all eyes turned to Beijing. China's response: calm, measured, and official. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Guo Jiakun addressed the world, emphasizing China's visible commitment to renewable energy. He didn't argue specifics or trade insults. Instead, he pointed to China's record. "Our efforts are obvious to all," he said, inviting the world to look at the facts. China positioned itself as a responsible leader, focused on a global green transition. Rather than escalate, they highlighted their long-term vision for clean energy. This was classic Chinese diplomacy. Rise above the drama, stick to the message. The message was clear. China's actions speak louder than words. The world was left to judge. Was China's green record real, or just talk? The next step was to look at the evidence. Were there really wind farms in China? Time to investigate. Let's get to the truth. Does China actually have wind farms? The answer is a resounding yes. China leads the world in wind power, with more turbines than any other country, more than all of Europe combined. Massive wind farms stretch across Inner Mongolia, the coast, and beyond. China's energy needs are enormous, and wind is a key part of their strategy to move away from coal. The idea that China doesn't use windmills is simply false. They're not just building for export. They're powering their own cities and industries. China's investment in wind is well documented and visible from space. The myth that China has no wind farms doesn't hold up. In reality, they're the world's biggest user of their own wind technology. The evidence is everywhere. The debate now shifts from claims to facts. To see China's wind ambitions up close, look at Gansu province. Here lies the Jiuquan Wind Power Base, one of the world's largest wind farm complexes. Thousands of turbines tower over the landscape, generating enough power for millions. This mega project is a symbol of China's commitment to clean energy. The plan build massive wind and solar bases in remote regions, then transmit power to the cities. Ultra-high voltage lines carry this green energy across the country. It's a huge, complex undertaking, proof of China's determination to transform its grid. Challenges remain, like managing surplus power, but these are problems of scale, not absence. You don't have too much wind power unless you have wind farms. Gansu is living proof. China isn't just selling turbines, they're using them to power a nation. The scale is breathtaking. The transition is real. The world is watching. Why does wind power spark such fierce debate? Because it's central to fighting climate change. Fossil fuels built our world, but they're heating the planet. Wind turbines generate electricity without greenhouse gases. Clean, renewable, and increasingly affordable. Every wind farm means less coal, less pollution, and a cooler planet. The wind is free, and once turbines are built, the energy is cheap. Countries want wind power for energy independence and economic growth. The race is on to lead in wind technology. Whoever wins shapes the future. The US and China are locked in competition, not just for energy, but for global influence. This isn't just about turbines, it's about who will lead the next energy revolution. The stakes are high: jobs, industries, and the planet's health. That's why the arguments are so intense. The future is blowing in the wind. The US and China have very different energy strategies. China's approach is top-down. The government sets ambitious targets, funds mega projects, and commands rapid change. This lets them build huge wind and solar farms at record speed. The US relies more on the market, private companies, state policies, and shifting political winds. Growth is strong in some states, but national direction can change with each administration. Trump's policies favored fossil fuels, while others pushed renewables. China's model is about scale and control. America's is about innovation and competition. Both are racing to lead the green energy future, but their playbooks couldn't be more different. Step back from the politics. Climate change is a global crisis that affects every single one of us, no matter where we live or what we believe. It's not just a distant threat. It's happening right now, in real time, all around the world. Scientists agree. Burning fossil fuels is heating the planet, causing more frequent and severe storms, devastating floods, and rising seas that threaten coastal cities. We're seeing wildfires, droughts, and heat waves that disrupt lives and destroy habitats. The 2015 Paris Agreement was a historic moment, uniting nearly every country on Earth to cut emissions and shift to clean energy. It showed that when the world comes together, real progress is possible. This isn't optional. It's essential for our survival and for the well-being of future generations. The choices we make today will echo for decades to come. Clean air and a stable climate are basic needs, not political talking points. Everyone deserves to breathe fresh air and live in a safe, healthy environment. The US and China, as the world's biggest emitters, have a unique responsibility to lead the way. Their actions set the tone for the rest of the world. When they clash, progress stalls. When they cooperate, the world moves forward. Their partnership, or lack of it, can make or break our global response. The real story isn't just about Davos or debates. It's about our shared future and the everyday people who will be most affected by the choices made today. Wind farms in China, solar in the US, and global innovation are all part of the solution. Around the world, people are working on new technologies and ideas to protect our planet. We need more clean energy, more investment, and more cooperation between nations, businesses, and communities to make real change happen. The choices we make now will shape the world for generations. Our children and grandchildren will live with the consequences of our actions or our inaction. The responsibility is global and urgent. It's time for all of us to step up, work together, and create a game plan for the future of our planet. After all the speeches and headlines, what matters most? The world is shifting from dirty energy to clean, and it's messy, competitive, and vital. The US and China's choices will shape our climate future. For us, the lesson is clear. Clean energy works, and facts matter. Don't get lost in the noise. Look for evidence, not just opinions. Our energy choices connect us all, across borders and generations. The debate isn't just about windmills, it's about the world we want to build. When it comes to the planet, we're all on the same team.